All movement is affected by shutter speeds, but by choosing the right one, you can get some amazing results. Let's have a look at these examples. So on this shot here of a fast moving stream, a shutter speed of 1/125th of a second, which is really what the camera is going to give me on auto, has resulted in just frozen water. Okay, nothing major going on there. Now, as I drop the shutter speed, 1/60th of a second. Now, we have a little bit of movement going on in the water, but it looks a little bit like it might be blurred, but the background is sharp. So it's just a transition. Now, when we get into 1/30th of a second, we're beginning to see some movement on that very same water, moving that, the same speed. But then the magic happens at around 1/15th of a second. There is a magic number that just seems to blur a lot of the movement we come up against, and water is definitely it. Water under pressure of gravity, and you can see it's got this almost painterly effect. So we've gone from 1/125th of a second, an average shutter speed, down very little to 1/15th of a second, and a big difference is made. So you choosing the shutter speed and knowing the result you're likely to get means that maybe not necessarily you get the exact one first time, but you go there and then you move it either side. So let's have a look at how that might work in the camera. So I'm choosing aperture priority A on this camera, AV on some others. And when I move the dial, I'm actually moving the aperture, which then changes the shutter speed. So it's adjusting for the light that's coming in, either increased or decreased, and then is compensating with the shutter speed. So if I know I need the shutter speed to be around 1/15th of a second, I'll move aperture priority until I get into that range, 1/15th right there. So the big difference is a little change, and the little change makes a big difference. So just as a reminder, that's 1/15th of a second. That's the shutter speed that I chose. And this is 1/125th, the shutter speed that the camera chose. Well, I can tell you, I know which one I'd like, and I'd much prefer the one that has that painterly effect. So all movement is affected by shutter speeds. By choosing the right one, you can just get simply amazing results. I hope this helps.